we're back. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal, back with the second part of the date with Terrence and the dating sim coming out on top. And last time we were here, we learned that Terrence was actually being secretive because he is actually an internationally famous pop star. In addition to that, we also learned at the end of the video just how famous he was because some weirdo in the bathroom named Fred Funt offered us like $300 to get a lock of his hair. Which actually seems like a pretty good deal, outside of the fact that that would be a total betrayal of Terrence's trust. So, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you what happens when you do agree to get the hair, and then I'm going to show you what happens when you don't, just for completion's sake. In addition to that, as always, the not safe for work parts of the video are going to be in the video description. But, before I get ahead of myself, let's go ahead and finish this date up. Where was I? Hey, you okay? You look a little shaken up. So you have to not say anything about Fred Funt. Just as a reminder, this whole thing about the lock of the hair and getting money, that does not lock you out of the ending of this date. You don't end the date prematurely. You still get to have sex with him. So we're going to say, oh, it's nothing at all. Over the course of the dinner, the server delivers plate after plate of sushi to your table. You eat, feeling almost a little guilty as Terry smiles and sips his bowl of miso soup. Don't worry, this is like the greatest bowl of miso soup ever. Sigh. Having just eaten the best sushi of your life, the bodyguard ushers you and Terry past the clamoring fans again, back into the relative calm and safety of the limo. So, what's next on this fabulous dream date with Terry? Oh my god, I almost called him Terry Lovecock again. Terry Lovelock. A helicopter ride high above the city. Fuck yeah! Would be spectacular, but we're actually heading to this company party full of industry people. Oh. Damn it. As the driver navigates the limo through the maze of city streets, you pass a billboard advertising Terry's latest album. His enormous, smiling face beams down at you. So, what's going through your mind when you see stuff like that? Well, honestly, I'm thinking about the poor sap who had to paste that thing up there. Like if he or she had to refrain from kicking me right between the teeth. I mean, I know I would. Oh, come on, man. I think it'd be nice to know that your music's all over the place. My music? Please. My music is a half dozen creatives sitting in a conference room hashing out my next hit. Imagine a room full of guys in khakis arguing what rhymes with "your smile sparkles like a chandelier." You make me feel better than acyclovir? ? I have no clue what an acyclovir is, but it does rhyme, and that is the important thing. Well, actually, it's a genital herpes medication. ... Not sure why I know that. I mean, I don't have... Uh-oh. I don't, I swear to God. Look, I know I might sound like a typical spoiled celebrity. I just thought you sounded like a twink, TBH. But that's okay. But I was raised by a single mom. She worked as a hairdresser. Life wasn't always easy for her, raising me on her own. Last year, I bought her this gorgeous lakefront home. That was the one time I've ever seen her cry, and it meant the world to me. So I know I'm really lucky, honestly. Incredibly, disgustingly lucky. And I'm grateful, okay? Is this the kind of behind-the-scenes bio you hoped to hear? I mean, I was really just hoping to see your butt, TBH, but that's okay. We don't have to get to that point yet. We can learn about your family and stuff. Anyway, to be honest with you, you're really nothing like I'd imagined you'd be. Your music is so... Alright, I'm 90% sure that's pronounced saccharine or saccharine, but anyway. Vapid, insipid. Well, I was gonna use the word upbeat. But as you said, it's not like it's actually your music to begin with. Yeah, it's stuff carefully constructed to appeal to a certain demographic, the kind of music I made when I started out. Well, let's just say it's a lot weirder and darker. Oh, really? What music exactly? Well, it belongs to the so obscure I'll be waiting tables for the rest of my life genre. That's a good enough genre to me. I mean, I like that stuff. Well, I guess that makes two of us. His cheekbones are smiling at us. Look at them. He smiles a smile much different than the one pasted on his billboard. Terry tells the limo driver to turn at the next street. You know what? Fuck this. Let's skip the party. Let's have some actual fun instead. The limo pulls to a stop in front of a bar called Twangers. Oh my god. He takes your arm and pulls you inside. Your eyes adjust to the dim light as you inhale and detect the musky scent of beers, aging wood, and smoke. Country music plays on the jukebox. What are we doing here? You know, chillin', just for an hour or two at least. No bodyguards or managers or fans, because nobody's gonna recognize me here. You and Terry order drinks at the bar when a middle-aged woman, visibly sloshed, peers at Terry. Damn, you look like that singer, that pop star. Terry loves shit. Terry Lovelock. You hear Terry curse under his breath. Straightening up, he turns to her and speaks with a slow drawl. Pardon my language, ma'am, but that boy's nothing but a spit-shine turd that squeals like a baby hog. But you literally look just like him, hair and everything. Oh my god, that was a terrible southern accent. That's embarrassing too, because I actually can do an actual southern accent. She turns to you wide-eyed and excited. Come on, doesn't he? Terry Lovelock? Shoot, he couldn't carry a tune of... Oh, let's see. Shoot, he couldn't carry a tune if it was in a bucket with a lid on it. ... His cheekbones frowned at us. Well, hey, wait a darn second. The boy's music may be one, but in terms of pure singing ability, I reckon he sounds as good as a dying rooster on its last day. I'll tell you what, I feel sorry for the boy's mama, whoever she is. I bet she just cries and cries. ... intensifies. Man, he is not pleased. Terry kicks your foot as the lady wanders away. Hey, I was just trying to help her get off your trail, frowny face. I'm so appreciative. Also, that was probably the worst southern accent I've ever heard. We're not even anywhere near the South. Whatever. Mine was more convincing than yours. Shut your damn... Oh my god, stop. Shut your damn mouth, son. You look around at the patrons playing pool, the television with a sports game on. A sports game, not baseball or... What the fuck do people who go to country places watch? I don't know. Yeah, actually, I legitimately don't know what type of... I guess they could watch, like, football. Duh, I'm silly. Anyway, they're watching a sports ball game on the television. Oh, that's a typo. You eventually notice the karaoke machine in the corner of the bar. You know what would be pretty funny? If you sang one of your own songs and we kept trying to convince that woman you weren't Terry Lovelock. Yeah, that'd be funny for like a whole 5 seconds. Well, why don't you sing something, smartass? Actually, I have been, practicing in my free time. But I don't want to show him up, so... Okay, I will if you will. Are you being serious? You really want to sing karaoke here? Sure, why not? It's not like I'm ever planning setting foot in here again. I dare you. You're nuts, but alright. You sing first, then I'll go. In fact, let's kick up the difficulty a notch and use this randomizer button. Fine, I totally got this. He hands you the microphone. You're up, Mr. Presley. Can't believe I'm up against a pop star. It was your idea, smartass. Steeling yourself, you punch the randomizer button. The words Ave Maria flash on the screen. What? Oh man, that's actually pretty intense. That's actually pretty intense to get for like a karaoke song. But we are going to destroy this song, so let's get into it. So we need to show that we're not a coward, we're gonna rock the hell out of this, and we are gonna make him cry while we do it. You hold a hand in the air. Please, I am sure I can rock this piece. The song begins to play. The bar grows silent in anticipation. Your voice starts low and soft and full of a bittersweet longing. From there, it begins rising, beautifully rising, as you build to a triumphant crescendo. Higher it rises, caressing the ears of your listeners, sensually I might add. And even higher, a man begins to weep. You walk over and squeeze his shoulder with a sympathetic hand. He looks at you, a face full of regret, and a lifetime of resignation. You sing to him, "There is always a tomorrow." Your voice seems to promise, tomorrow and the next day. And even so, right now, this very moment, for everything to change with a single step and begin anew. Everyone listens in awe as your angelic vocals light his eyes with hope. You're not entirely certain, but it seems like the dead fern in the corner resurrected itself from your plaintive crooning. Rise, little fern. Live. Oh my god, this is so dorky. When the song ends, the crowd burst into applause. Holy shit, Super Swag. Who was the star pupil in choir practice? Incidentally, quick side note, I've actually listened to someone sing Ave Maria in at a karaoke place, and it was actually probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life. It was actually like people were getting up and leaving. It was really terrible. And I felt really bad because that person like really strongly believed they were good at singing music like that, but they were really, really terrible at it. And it was like something we had to deal with because every time we went out somewhere with karaoke, they would try to sing opera and they were so terrible at it. But they did have a very succulent backside, and that kept me in their good graces, or rather, that kept them in my good graces. But that's a story for another time. Watch my Oracle of Seasons LP for more on that. But anyway, I'm in awe. That was completely unexpected. Well, you don't want to pontificate, because he really, if you can't tell, he really doesn't like fakeness. He really doesn't like that when he doesn't have to engage in it, so just be real. Thank you. I quite enjoyed myself. It's cool to see someone have such a good time singing. Relaxing a bit, you turn towards the karaoke machine and hand the mic over to Terry. I believe we made a deal. Oh, right. Terry hits the random song button. The screen flashes the song title, House of the Rising Sun. Thank God I know this one. He hands you a tambourine. You start messing around, banging on the tambourine like a crazed monkey. But as everyone in the bar turns to listen and Terry begins to sing, you stop playing, surprised. He sounds so different than he normally does, like rougher and rawer. You can hardly believe this is the same guy responsible for I Know For Show My Beau Ain't Yo Ho. The woman from earlier staggers towards you. Are you sure that's not him? 'Cause I swear it's totally not him. But not him. How? No. She orders another drink, confused. But no. I guess the real Terry Lovelock is a lot taller anyway. I mean, listen to him. Does that even sound like Terry Lovelock? I guess not. The song ends. Terry draws cheers and wild applause from the crowd. Holy shit. You sounded like someone else completely. Funny you'd say that. That's actually my normal singing voice. I actually forgot what I sounded like. I appreciated the reminder. We're in. Alright, so he very clearly is enjoying our presence. You finish your drinks, and you don't know if it's the drinks or Terry's smile that's making you feel warm all over. You hang out at the bar a little longer and end up skipping the party altogether. So, we're approaching the end of our Great Whirlwind tour, but there is one more stop, though. Completely optional. Got a square dance lined up, a hayride, sitting on the old porch swing, chewing chaw. Well, if that's what you're into, I guess. No, I'm just trying to think of some wholesome activities we could do together. And I was thinking of doing something not so wholesome. We're in. I was gonna ask if you wanted to go back to the hotel with me. So, very obviously, you need to say that would be great, or you're just locked out of the not safe for work endings, and you just go home pretty abruptly. So, we're gonna say that'd be great. Be warned, though, this might progress into something beyond a square dance. I mean, I'm willing to risk it. He leans over and kisses you. The kiss makes you feel warm all over. At the same time, goosebumps race up your arms and down your back. The driver drops off the two of you in the parking lot. Luckily, the employee entrance is deserted. Winky face. Giddily with excitement, you follow him up a flight of stairs to the next floor and then take the elevator back up to his room. The rug feels plush under your feet as you enter the suite. He hooks a finger through your belt loop of your jeans, tugging you towards him. His mouth finds yours, and after a moment of feverish kissing, he pulls back and smiles. You feel your cock harden. So, if that ain't no indication that we are about to put it in, well, I don't know what else is. So I'm gonna cut the video here, because we are about to demolish this child, and that is okay, because that is what we're here to do. That is why we were on BroFinder. But don't forget, we do have a secondary mission. Not only are we going to put it in his butt, we are also going to need to find out a way to get his hair. So I'm going to cut the video real quick. Don't forget to check the video description. Again, for the link to the not safe for work parts. There are 2 different scenes in this to complete the gallery. Both of them will be there. If they're not up immediately when the video uploads, just wait a bit. It takes like 4 or 5 minutes for the thing to authenticate on Tumblr. But anyway, I'll see y'all in a bit. Alright, so we are back, and that was definitely a thing. I had actually forgotten we were even capable of topping anyone in this game, because that almost never happens. But we got to flex our topping muscles, and got to try that out again, so congrats, yay, we did it. But anyway, don't forget we're here with the second objective. We're supposed to get a lock of Terry's hair before this date is over. And it looks like things are winding down, so we need to go ahead and get moving before this date is over. So, without further ado, Terry laughs, apparently ticklish. Oh shit. That was fantastic. You know, I gotta get up early in the morning, but his voice sounds low, nervous, and hesitant. If you don't have anywhere to go, could you maybe stay in bed with me a while? He chuckles. Jesus, why is it easier for me to ask you to have sex than to cuddle with me? Well, I'm glad you did. Yeah, of course I will. After cleaning up, the 2 of you curl up against each other in the bed. With one arm wrapped around his slim torso, you play with his hair and stroke each other's bodies. Eventually, you hear him start to snore. So, this is the moment of truth. I'm going to show you both outcomes. If you feel uncomfortable with us violating Terry's trust and snipping off his hair for money, I'm going to leave an annotation in the top right corner of the video so that you can skip this part. Because this is the actual ending I'm going to end the video with, falling asleep next to him and not snipping off his hair. But for completion's sake, I'm going to show you what happens when you do both. So we're going to go ahead and snip off a lock of his hair. You sneak into the bathroom and find a pair of scissors next to the sink. You creep back into the room. He's so obscenely rich and famous. I'm just a poor student. Who is this really hurting? Gingerly, you grab a hold of Terry's hair. Snip! Terry's eyes flutter open. What the? Dude, what the fuck are you doing? You hide behind the fist. You hide the fistful of hair behind your back. Nothing. There's a spider on your head, hatching its brood or something. And you know what? I really hate spiders. This hotel is Spiderland, like some sort of amusement park for spiders. Spiders and their filthy, disgusting little babies. I'm sorry, Terry, but I'm getting the fuck out of here. Terry stares at you confused, shaking his head as if to ask himself, why do I always end up with the weirdos? as you throw on your clothes and flee the room and head for the elevator. Alright, so I'm not going to show you both of these options. Y'all got to play the game your own. We're going to do what we were asked to do and deliver the hair to Fun. So you text Fun, who tells you he'll meet you down in the lobby. Thanks, man. I truly do appreciate it. No problemo. It was nice doing business with you. You're both gleeful as he hands you $300. You know, if you want to make some real money, I've got some other more lucrative opportunities. I'm all ears, man. What I'm talking about are the real collectibles. It's a different market. Different buyers, higher stakes. I'm listening. There are people who will pay extremely large sums of money for celebrity waste products. That'd be real awkward if I go on a date with this guy again, and then I have to, fish out his dookie or something. That would be, I feel like that's a little bit much. Spit, blood, feces, the taboo stuff. You just let me know when you're ready to hit the septic tanks. Will do, I guess. You hustle away, considering whether or not to call someone, maybe the police. Figuring you might be implicated somehow, you decide against it. You swear you'll never mention this incident to anyone or try to cut the hair off of another celebrity's head. Your date has ended. So that's what happens, basically. So through the magic of video editing, we're going to go back in time. And we are going to make the more appropriate decision to have this date end happily. We're going to fall asleep next to Terry and not deliver his hair to a creepazoid. So, fall asleep next to him? Yes. You drift off. You wake up to the sound of Terry getting dressed. It's still dark outside. A glance at your phone tells you it's 6 in the morning. Morning, sleepyhead. I'm sorry, but I gotta run. It's off to London for me. You watch him pull his jeans over his long, slim legs. I'm wondering if I'm ever going to see you again. I mean, aside from on the cover of a magazine or on TV. Well, my summer tour is coming up. If there's a chance we'll be in the same city, hit me up. You know, you got me thinking about a concept album. Doing something a little different, a little unpredictable. Maybe thinking some other stuff over, too. Well, that's good to hear. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not terrified, not at all. Terry, if you ever want to talk, just call me, okay? Okay, will do. Thanks. He pauses, sighing, sock pulled midway over his foot. You don't know how badly I want to jump into that bed with you. The two of you kiss until finally you manage to break away from each other. Leaving him to pack, you exit the room, still tasting him on your lips. You head home. Later that day, you decide to check Terry's Instaface to see if he mentioned anything about you or your night out. You see a few entries. Last night was the most fun I have had in ages. Had a great time with the winner. Got me thinking about a concept album next year, plus a few other things, winky face. Your date has ended. So that is the end of the date with Terry. I think it was a pretty neat date. I do feel like it wasn't actually that complicated. It was pretty easy. It was pretty easy to have sex with him, basically, which is not. I guess that's kind of how the game is, though. You're not really supposed to be that challenged by it. But I still have the date with, I think, what's his name, Fred or some shit. I don't even remember what that dude's name was. It seems so long ago since I recorded. But some of our previous dates where we had to go through hoops to get the person not to just leave and rage quit the date. But anyway, don't forget I got some Oracle of Seasons videos coming out. Check those out if you want to hear more about that story about the terrible singer who had a juicy posterior. And alternatively, just check them out because they're good and I fucking like them. I fucking love Oracle of Seasons. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm Ethan Bonreal, and I am fucking out this piece, so see you nerds, bye.